Grateful for that. We live very far away, so we're not always in the loop. But we're going to come down here for all these events because I think it's important that we use our voice as well.
Brother
Because that's
of
what
Winston
she was doing,
Smith.
her big, beautiful butt out on the corner was, you know, living it up. And so I want to make sure that everybody knows that we're still aware of all the things that are going on down here in the cities, and we stay very connected with the Winston Smith family through this guy. He's kind of a pain in my ass, but that's all right. But we love him, and we love the Smith family. We're very grateful that we have that connection.
Do my young homie like that.
I know he's going to talk a lot longer than me, so I'm probably just going to hold the mic and just stand here because then it'll save y'all a little bit longer. I'm just kidding. So again, thank you all for having us here, and we'll be at the next event moving forward, and I will give you the mic.
Smith,
Just kidding.
Well, that's so much flame. Why y'all clapping when she said that? Like, y'all agree? That's how y'all feel? Just too much?
Not me, dog.
But no, yeah.
I got you.
I wanted to make sure
Yeah,
Deanna Marie personally got out here because, like, I feel like that's an honor that, you know, any one of us could have, you know, standing on the front lines for somebody else. It don't matter if you were a protester, if you was white, or whatever your situation was. Deanna Marie died for a cause, okay? And that needs to be remembered. This event is for all stolen lives, okay? And we got to remember that, you know what I'm saying? Every single life here, every single family here, like, I forgot where he's at, but he brought it out. This is the club we're a part of. We didn't sign up for it, but this is the club we're a part of. All of our families' lives have been stolen, okay? And I also want to say something that I don't think a lot of people might understand. There's a difference between if your loved one just passed away and you grieve, but when their life is taken immediately, it's a different feeling, and it takes a toll on you physically and mentally. You can't sleep, you can't eat. People tell me, you know, you need to take time for yourself to eat. I literally stay up looking at the wall like they killed my brother every night. You know what I'm saying? Every time I try to lay down, I'm like, they killed my brother. You know, it's not the same. You think you're okay, but then it comes back and it replays like a horrible movie. And Deanna's going through, Debbie here is going through the same thing. You know, we text back and forth. And I'm like, yeah, you need to be out here. You need to speak your story on what's going on with your daughter. For real. You know what I'm saying?
Live on Instagram at 12 p.m. 12 a.m.
But I also want to say that there is power in numbers, man. And this is why it's important for people to get out here. There's two things I noticed that get you. What am I trying to say?
This has been a production of the Streets Advocate.
What you want?
Power of the people.
And that's
Still
power.
got J-Mo.
If you don't got the money, you need the numbers. You need the people to stand up. All right. Our cases probably aren't that big of a deal. It's because we fall under a different. Speak for me.
No, you always want me to speak for you. I'm not doing it.
I think y'all understand what I'm trying to get across here. So that's why it's important for us to stand together. For real, it's power in numbers. Let people know, like, look, you know, I understand y'all like, well, I gotta take care of my kids, I got family, stuff like that. And I keep saying this over and over again. Like, we understand that. But our kids, our husbands, our daughters, like our brothers, they're the ones dying, and you don't want this to circle back around to you for you to now get up and say something. Get out here now. Okay, don't give them another chance. Waiting on the system, you're gonna keep on waiting. We have to get out here and fight and make change. All right. Period. Like, man.
Can you take the mic away from me?
No, hell. This is my mic. You ain't getting it back. Okay, thank you, Keydale. Thank you.
Don't do my dude like that.
That's the brother of Winston Smith. Thank you. It's crazy. Okay,
I got your back.
I got one more thing to say. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now we're gonna have the father of the Lai. And I think that was, would that be it for all the families after the Lai?
Yeah, 'cause I'm leaving about 7:30.
Oh. So we'll have the father of the Lai, who was just killed right before the new year came in.
Bailey.
They ambushed him just like they did Winston Smith inside of a car in a gas station.
we're in the middle of a cover-up for his son's case. They are not releasing the rest of the video footages because it's all different type of angles, and they released an angle we can't even see nothing. And they are shooting at the car from what I can see, but they're claiming he shot at them. It's always going to be that. They're always going to tell their lies. So this is the father who is out here fighting for his son, Bailey.
Thank you, sister.
Justice for Delisle.
Tashira, come on. Don't go so far. We love you so much. And we care about you. And without you, we wasn't being here. The first time I don't know what can I start on. How do I gonna fight? How do I gonna fight for justice? I just will see with this a young woman, and I would say, oh man, this woman, she's really tough. I really appreciate it, and we very much, and we love you. And well, in December, 30th, there was a take away my son his life, and there was a making was set up. Okay, the police undercover all. And there was a say, so many lies, but what we know is what? Always the police.
They always lie.
What they're gonna tell you a lie. Continue. If they tell you lie, because they have to repeat. Until the people know what that's true. What else I feel a real pain it is. I know my son and all of one they are not coming back anymore. But with those who was terrorizing me in midnight in my home and destroy, tied our hand.
That felt good.
They take the case and they say we will be investigation. They call BCA. I knew they're gonna tell a lie again, but I wanted to tell you, I will never give up this fight until my last breath. Even if I will get sick, I will be there until we get a justice. And we have to help each other. And also, this became soon a full time.
What's that down the street?
We have to make a change. We need someone who is smiling, who came from the heart, and be honest. We don't need someone they smell who came of the lips. No, we don't need. We need a real heart. We need a real heart.
Tell him.
Say after me. I will say, Babylon system is vampire. Babylon system is the vampire. Can you say? Babylon system is the vampire. That's what I mean when the police will lie so much and repeat and kill your love for one. And the BCA became those who was attacking me and destroy my home. And they take the case and they was saying we'll find it, the truth. They were lying. They was attacking me in home. I didn't know I was on my bed. That's what I was called them.
Right, they just broke into the man's house.
A Babylon system is Babylon. It is the police.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying always. Babylon system is the vampire. Thank you, all you support and the family. We have to stick together and become a one, and always a fight. And we have to share or vote if we want to vote a mayor of Minneapolis or the governor or a mayor of Usain Bolt. We have to know and ask each other who you want to give your vote. then we will succeed and we will win. Well, thank you, all of you. I love you guys.
We are your back.
Thank you, Bailey. So we have a mother that came here. And I don't know if Samaya left, but justice for Isaac Aiden. But we have a mother who traveled for her son that was killed. Tommy Harris. Her son was neglected like Hardell Sheriff inside of a jail. They wouldn't give him the medical treatment that he needed and just let him die in the jail. And she traveled all the way here to Minnesota to be at this event today. So I want to call this mother forward because she got on a plane just to be here. And yes, we have the picture of Hardell Sherrill as well. Hardell Sherrill was a man that died on the floor of a jail, and they let him just suffer on this floor. And see, it is the system. Well, even when I think about Diana Marie, when she was killed standing up for Winston Smith, it's a system. It doesn't matter if our black men or our people are dying on the streets, or if they're dying inside of jail cells. It is a system that is designed and created to keep a certain group of people under oppression, and it's white supremacy. White people, evil people that want power, you know, and that's why they killed Diana Marie, because it's the same type of mentality and system. The man was mad. The white power was being challenged that day. So he decided to speed up his truck and kill that innocent young lady. And that's the same system and mentality that have killed all our loved ones and that killed Tommy's son. So I want to call this mother forward that traveled all the way this way to be here in Minnesota with us just to be here today. Tommy Harris. Thank you.
I like your shirt too. Picture of President Obama on there.
My name is Tommy Harris, and my son was in jail for 10 hours. And I got a phone call. Put the mic up more. I'm sorry. My son was in jail for 10 hours. I didn't get a phone call from the jail. I got a phone call from the inmate. My son had seizures, and he needed a pill. My son died because of one pill.
Wow.
They said he was being combative after the nurse gave him a shot.
It's because he had a seizure.
And when they turned him over, he was dead.
That's neglect.
I still feel like it was yesterday. So what I did was, I stood outside for 9 months. And I made sure that the medical team was out of the Allegheny County Jail before I went home. I stood down there for 9 months outside. I started by myself, and then other people joined in. Because I know that it only takes one, but the power of two, then three, then four. It's like thousands. Believe it or not, God fed us with 5 fish. That's what I did. And I started with the people in there. And every day they would come out, I would call them racist motherfuckers. I would say,
keep it real, keep it real.
So
that's what they is.
Who the fuck you think you are? You killed the wrong motherfucking nigga. That's what I said.
Sometimes you need some realness on here.
For months. And when they went to work, I went to work. And they would be, you gotta get her out of here. I ain't going no motherfucking where. You know, because my son can't text me. I can't make bond for him because, like, you're supposed to go to jail to be warehouse, not killed. I ain't saying that my son was an angel. He loved marijuana. That's what he did. Smoked it and sold it. And that's okay with his mother. I'm his mother. And I would have paid his bond or put money on his books until Jesus comes. But they took that decision away from me. You know, like, when your loved one died without your permission,
Find our answers full.
You never talk again. I've never said another word. I talk for my son. See, he texts me from up there. You know, let me.
It's okay. We got you. We got your back.
We are your back.
I'm just saying. Yep. When your loved one leaves without your permission.
Definitely feel this woman.
You don't eat the same. You don't sleep the same. And my son been dead since 2015, and it was just like it was yesterday.
6 years.
Because, like, he just needed a pill. And like I said, if they wouldn't have killed him, I would have brought him commissary until they let him go. I keep fighting. Keep fighting. I sued everybody that touched him. I sued every motherfucking body that touched my motherfucking baby. And I will be suing now until Jesus calls me home. I don't care about that. You know, like, I get offended with uniforms. You know, because you can't press charges like if it was a gang shooting.
Yeah.
You know, I got to be down there where they're always right. But I ain't letting nobody live peacefully.
That's right.
Without my son. I want their pensions. Oh, yep. You know, I want everything from them. Like, my son would still be here for a bill. You know, like, I don't know how nobody else feels. But when you lose a child, a significant other, without your permission, it just don't work right no more. You know, the whole time I'm sitting here saying, wow, all these people lost a king or a queen, you know, to make room for these filthy motherfuckers. Like, that don't make no sense to me. But, you know, like, I ain't nobody, but I'm still coming. You know, I just put a tombstone on my son. And they were like, oh, you know, why do you want to do that?
That's her son.
Why wouldn't I?
That's right.
On the city. I built the motherfucking city for my son. They were like, oh, we're not paying. You're paying for it. You're going to pay for that motherfucking tombstone. And they put it on there. I'm not letting the city get away with nothing. Nothing. So if you lost a loved one, and you keep saying that it ain't important, start suing these motherfuckers and you will see a difference, because it's all about the money after they took my son. I don't know about nothing. When they took my son, I said, what? I want $1 billion. I want $1 billion motherfucking dollars. I ain't got $1 billion, but I could damn near got 100,000 now, and I'm gonna keep it up because I keep suing them.
And you know, I always say there is no dollar that could ever, like, there's no dollar amount for our loved ones, you know, but that's all they care about. All they care about is money. That's all they care about. They don't care about human beings, because there's no dollar that could ever do anything. After they still stole the father to my child, there's no dollar amount that could ever fix that. But I guess if that's a way to get them back, you know, we got to get them back. But at the same time, I understand that it's no dollar that will ever take this pain away. I want to now call up, I don't know where Markiana went, but, oh, Ronnie with Twin Cities Relief. There is a bunch of chicken and spaghetti and stuff over there as well, if anybody is still hungry, and I know I'm hungry. And free bakery stuff. He had a cake that looked too good earlier.
I got me a donut from over there.
Yeah, so it's a bunch of food still over there if anybody wants some. And then we have John Thompson, my brother John Thompson. He's over there eating sorry. But this is our representative here. And they're trying to slaughter him right now too. They're
yeah, they definitely have
playing these games, trying to slaughter him because he stands up for Black lives. See,
hey, John,
he was fighting. Right this is Orlando's friend, and He's been out here fighting for Philando and the rest of our families, and they mad. And Melissa Horman, everybody, y'all call Melissa Horman because she's the one that's messing with John. And call her office. You can Google her name. Her name is Melissa Horman. She's a House Speaker, and she's the one that's. She think we don't know that it's her, but it's her. We know who it is. And they're trying to sabotage John's career because he stands up for Black lives. And he didn't get in that Capitol and forgot where the fuck he came from. He remembered where he came from, and they mad about that because if you're not a yes man and you don't go along with what they're talking about, then they want to mess up your career. They want to make you look bad in front of everybody. So this is our brother John Thompson. We will be standing in solidarity, and we will be standing up for John Thompson. This is our representative, John Thompson. God put him in that seat, and ain't nobody gonna take him out. Period. Okay, Markiana, you ready to say your poetry? Okay, we have a young lady, a young activist that really touches my heart. She's a young woman. She's 17 years old. She's out here fighting, and she really be standing up for the Black lives and our families, and she wants to say a spoken word. We will have one more speaker after that, and then we'll conclude. We have some music, we'll dance, and that'll be it. Yeah, because it is 2 months.
I'm recording on my phone. I think it just messed it up. So I gotta get this real quick. Yeah. I'll call you back.
Okay, guys. Well, this is my best friend. We're 17. We decided to do a poem together because I think that we're stronger together whenever we speak. So I guess we'll start now. We pledge allegiance to your flag of the United States of America and to your republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for who? For who? Because niggas dying left and right? For who? Because the police constantly terrorizing us every day? Shit, I feel like this the KKK. For who? Because niggas locked up for petty crimes, meanwhile murdering cops are fucking free. For who? Because they care more about fucking walls over a Black woman's life. Breonna Taylor, Daniel Prude, Dante Wright, Tatiana Jefferson, Freddie Gray, Delal E, Travis Jordan, Orlando Castile, Demetrius Hill, Cordell Handy, Winston Smith, Cardell Sherrill, Jamar Clark, Naja Khan Powell, Kobe Heisler, Isaac Aiden, Jeffrey Smith, and Justin Tigan. Hella mad because I'm out of breath and that ain't half the name. Hella mad that white people use Black lives to reconcile their guilt and shame. Hella mad because I'm getting white savior vibes and I didn't ask to be saved. Hella mad that the CRG is protecting property over our lives. The only CRRC is pigs being threatened while we trying to survive. Hey mom, when is dad coming home? Dad's coming home when a hoodie isn't seen as a crime. Dad's coming home when they stop using the school to prison pipeline to criminalize your father for a lifetime. Dad's coming home when 12 ain't aiming for a Negro genocide. Dad's coming home when society stops comparing police brutality to community violence. Dad's coming home when being Black ain't a crime. Dad's coming home when society encourages your dad to pick up a book instead of a gun, because community violence isn't just the clemency, it's the result of white supremacy. You think you can come and terrorize our neighborhoods, kick unhoused people off the land that you stole. You think you can cry on your knees at George Floyd's funeral, acting like a white savior so you can open fund the same police department and expect people to vote for you to become mayor. You think you can dismiss Black murders and get away with it. On top of that, disrespect a Black woman who fights for justice and resists so you can convict and mess up Black lives. You disgust me, Pete Orpit. To hell with the sellout Negro Daniel Cameron, because all skin folk really don't be kinfolk, seeking to please white America when they don't fuck with your Black guys either. Your mama's Black and you tell me you refuse to hold KKs accountable? You a strong Black woman. Nah, fuck that. Am I strong because I can take a slap in the face? Man, fuck the baby. Am I strong because I can take a dab of colorism? Man, fuck Kodak too. Am I strong because everything feminine on a Black woman's body is eradicated by society to have the upper hand? Hell, I'm mad because we fucking with Black features, but not on Black women. I'm strong because I can give you my last and I not expect a damn thing in return. Hell, don't you know we get tired too? Time and time again, up fighting to support and demand justice for all stolen lives. With a baby on her hip while police killed the love of her fucking life. Aren't you a powerful Black woman? You take up the world with your mathematics and intelligence. You get no credit in response and you change the world, Katherine Johnson. Aren't you a powerful Black woman? A young Black girl with big dreams becomes the first lady in the U.S. Now she's inspiring young girls to do the same thing. Aren't you a powerful black woman? Breaks down the stone wall with riots, creates a safe space for LGBTQ to decrease the homophobic bias because queer people will never be silenced. Aren't you a powerful black woman? Sees the father of her son get slaughtered by the police. Every night she prays, but she continues to fight for justice for all stolen lives, including her fiance. She proceeds to lead and rise by putting her life on display. She inspires us both to share Garaway. We pledge allegiance to your flag of the United States of America and to your republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for who?
These young women right here love their spoken word. Love what these young women just said.
Thank you, ladies. Thank y'all so much. Thank
Definitely
you.
felt what y'all said.
That was awesome.
Go ahead,
Thank
young
you,
queens.
guys. We will now have the person who helps write the legislation for our families, and just has been there by our side. We will have Brother John McCollin come speak today.
You said my friend's last name a little long, but
hello. My name is Jonathan McClellan with the Minnesota Justice Coalition. We are part of a collective of organizations that work with the families and community to draft and advance legislation and other policy initiatives at the Capitol here in St. Paul and in Washington, D.C. I want to take a moment to uplift the families and their pain and loss, and we must connect with this humanity to stay focused and grounded in our shared mission for change. We are in a state of affairs of our quest to obtain justice and equality, with Minnesota being ground zero of the match that has sparked this outpouring of consciousness for our shared community. Yes. We are still here waiting to cash that check that has fallen on a bankrupt system of expedient politicians, administrators, and tolerant allies of the same in opposition to progress for a more perfect union. For far too long, we have been victims of this plague, and we are here to say no more. No more to the policies that divide us based on our diversity. No more to the policies that break up families of color. No more hashtags. No more policies that put all the eggs in the basket of white imperialism while paying lip service to our communities of color and our never-ending fight for justice. No more to the boots on our necks of our children, our brothers and sisters, our uncles, our fathers, our nieces and nephews, our friends, and our future. Like the slaveholders of the South in the founding of this country, the opposition to progress fights for unrighteousness. They argue for division. They promote through their actions or lack thereof a distorted reality that places one class of people over the other and fails to see the humanity and all that is sacred under God. They turn to their back to the promise that all men are created equal and have been endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights. The right to life, the right to life, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We are not asking for a handout. We want your boot off our neck. We want a fair shot. We want a level playing field, not a hill we have to climb and fight with one hand tied behind our back or a knee in our neck and a gun to our head or the head of our children. Law enforcement for decades has been pushing legislation to chip away at our liberties, our rights, and our communities by pushing policies that absolve them of their crimes, weaken and remove the checks of accountability, transparency, and justice, with access to unlimited resources and unfettered access to our elected leaders, many who have fallen for the banana in the tailpipe. The journey to progress here in the state of Minnesota, a state that is not safe for black people, according to our own lieutenant governor, is a ruthless one. One filled with self-serving politicians, both Democrat and Republican, and the type of monsters who smile in your face and then support the oppressive boot of white supremacy. We need to continue to fight for our voice to be heard and the reforms that will hold law enforcement accountable, provide transparency and justice to their victims. We also need to challenge the political system and push out candidates who do not support our values and who work to support candidates who we care about and who care about our issues, not the institution that has been set up to oppress us. I'll wrap up with the saying I came up with. We need to infect the system with a conscience. So when you go back home today and tomorrow and the next day and the day after that, remember, it was your conscience that brought you here. It is your conscience that tells you what happened to Justin Tagan was wrong. It is your conscience that says what happened to Cozy Heisler, Dante Wright, George Floyd, Jamar Clark, Travis Jordan, Cordell Hamby, Jafford Smith, Demetrius Hill, Terrence Franklin, Thurman Blevins, Winston Smith, Delon Eve, Deanna Marie, Brian Quinones, Isaac Aiden, Lionel Lewis, Fong Lee, Philando Castile, Marcus Golden, Paul Castaway, Jerome Harrell, Courtney Williams, and many others was wrong. It is your conscience that brought you out last summer. It is your conscience that we stand on the right side of history. It is your conscience that helps us support each other. It is your conscience that says that the pain that these families is going through is wrong. It is your conscience that says the boot of oppression is wrong. We all know the system has no conscience, and that is why it is our duty to infect it with one.
That was Jonathan McClellan, a good friend of mine, the director of the Minnesota Justice.
Okay, now, sorry y'all. They want me to talk. So, I met Justin in high school. He sat next to me.
Oh, high school sweethearts.
He told me he wanted me to help him with his math, but he did not want help with his math. He wanted to hook up with me.
Can relate.
And not too long later, I ended up pregnant with my son from helping him with his math. I was adding up 1 plus 10. But basically, I just remember Justin, he was a good dad to our son. And the little lemon meringue tarts that you guys ate today, that was his favorite, the little lemon meringue things.
They was good.
I don't know where Noelle went. His sister is here.
She was.
Our family was so tore down when Justin got murdered that we were so quiet for a while. But his sister has come, and she's been helping me on the background to fight for her brother. So this is my little sister. This is Noelle. This is Justin's baby sister. And like I said, I will never forget the scream when Justin's mom, when we were told that he was found in that dumpster after being pulled over by the police. I never forget her. She was 16 years old at the time. When I met Justin, she was like, I think like 8 or something. But I'll never forget the scream that I heard through the phone. And that is a part of my fight. That scream is a part of why I fight the way I fight. And I am just grateful for her being here and coming out and fighting with me, fighting for her brother, being strong for her brother, and just being a pillar for her family. And we will continue. They say where 2 or more come together and heaven is done. So it's already done. We will, all of our families is going to get justice either way, whether they know it or not. We're going to get justice either way because there is no one good deed that goes unpunished. So they're going to pay for what they did. They think they slipping and sliding and getting away with this stuff. They're not getting away with nothing because God was there. He seen when y'all did it. So if y'all think that y'all getting away with something, oh, you just wait on it. Just wait on it. One of the officers that killed my son's father, I don't like bad stuff to happen to kids, but it is what it is. You go around doing bad stuff and putting it in the universe, you think it's not going to come back on you, you just wait and see. And one of the officers that killed my son's father, his kid, 14 years old, died the same way he killed my son's father. Cracked his head, just like they cracked my son's father's head, and died. So that's the thing. And like I said, I don't boost and boast about bad stuff happening to kids, but at the end of the day, you curse your children when you do. The day they hurt our loved ones is the day they curse their families and they curse their children. And I will continue to pray that God humbles them and brings them down to their knees, period. It is what it is. You can't do wrong to other people and think that it's not going to come back on you. It's going, Kim Potter, what's the other officers' names? All these officers that's in Winston's murder, Joshua Lego, all these officers, y'all got, I hope the camera, catch it on camera. I hope y'all hear this. Y'all gonna pay for what y'all did, period. So if y'all think there's something called man's law and there's something called God's law, and they think they're slipping and sliding through man's law, but they haven't slipped through the cracks of God's law. And you don't have to believe, but just know that it's so. Just know that it's coming. That wrath is coming for them. And that's what I pray for all the time. The wrath of God to humble them and bring them down to their knees. So I want to also let you guys know that Deborah Watts is here with us. This is the cousin of Emmett Till. And we do believe that these murders are all connected. The modern day lynchings, because that's what this is still connected to the lynchings that the lynching that used to happen back in the day in Mississippi. And Deborah calls Minnesota Mississippi. Mississippi. That's what this place is. This is Jim Crow of the North. So Deborah is here to stand in solidarity, and she's been here with the rest of our families because we know that these are modern day lynchings happening at the hands of law enforcement here in Minnesota. And it doesn't matter if it's if they got on police uniform or regular outfits or Ku Klux Klan outfits. Racially motivated murders are racially motivated murders, and we know that these are racially motivated murders. We know that Kim Potter was racially profiling Dante when she killed him that day. And we got people coming forward saying that she was already racially profiling people. They're racially, how come they ain't killing white people the same rate they killing black people? So we know that it's racially motivated. Like, come on now. So, we have the bill that we need to support for Emmett Till's foundation and also for the families. And can you say the bill again, Deborah?
It's HF
25 86.
Emmett Lewis Till
Victims Recovery Program. Oh, there she go. And we're going to have the sister, while I'm standing here with the sister of Justin Tigan, we're going to have the sister of Isaac Aiden say a few words. And Isaac Aiden was a young man. They killed him as he was sitting on the curb. They threw flashbangs at him. He got up to try to get away from the flashbangs, and over 90 officers were shooting at this young man. And they killed Samaya's brother, and Samaya has been so strong, and she's been out here just fighting for her brother. She's so little, but it's a whole bunch of power in that little bitty body. And I am just so proud of her. She's been out in California advocating. She's been leading the movement out in California. She's been screaming all of our loved ones' name out in California, screaming her brother's name. And we just thought, and she's here from California. She had to drop out of college when they killed her brother and come here. She was in college, and she had to leave college to come here to Minnesota to fight for her brother. And she's never stopped. This girl been fighting for her brother like never before. So thank you, Samaya. We love you and we appreciate you, and we want to hear from you.
Thank you, Tashira. Like she said, I'm from California, so I might be shivering while I'm talking. It's cold.
Y'all California folks, eh?
I am Samaya Aiden. I'm the younger sister of Isaac Aiden, who was murdered by Eagan and Bloomington officers on July 2nd, 2019. My brother was a 23-year-old college student at the University of Minnesota. He was studying IT and infrastructure, and he was planning on going into cybersecurity. In addition to that, he also started his own home care business in December of 2017. And he also worked at Spire Credit Union as a universal banker, who was planning on going into mortgage underwriting. He was the oldest of us. He was 23 years old. And despite what the police narrative said in the media, we are currently going through a wrongful death lawsuit. The best that they could come up with was that the Eagan police chief, a black man, the best he could come up with was my brother looked at him and it was enough for him to perceive him as a threat. Using that justification to murder my brother. His look was the weapon.
So scared at a person's look.
Literally, my brother looked at him and it was enough to fear for his life. They all got lawyered up that same night.
They shouldn't have been a police
They
officer.
knew that they were in the wrong. The person, my brother was sitting on the ground, unarmed, on the phone with law enforcement. And the negotiator that was on the phone with my brother admitted in his statement that he didn't know about the plan to shoot my brother, and that if he had more time with my brother, he would have been alive today. He also happened to be the Eagan Police Union president, who got them all lawyered up that same night.
Of course.
90 officers. Not a single one of them can say they feared for their lives. Not a single one can say they feared for their lives. Not every one of them was, I shot because someone else shot. And nobody wants to step forward and say, I shot first. And try to justify it. And so we have been protesting. We have been doing everything that we can. Somebody earlier was like, I don't know why you don't blast this, but the Attorney General, Keith Ellison, he reached out to us after, on November 13th, once the video footage of the shooting was released. And
his office should take over the
he reached out to us. I think this was before he went to Columbia or after he came here, when he was planning on going to Columbia. But he said, I watched 4 or 5 different news stations talk about the same events of that night with the same piece of document, and each one of them told a completely different story.
Well, that's the media.
He said that him, as the Attorney General, and Chief Harrington were going to have a private screening of all of the evidence on December 6th of 2019. They did. Once he came back from Columbia, they did. Around December 10th, he gave us a call saying that, I'm so sorry, there's no way that this should have been justified. But he is the Attorney General. He has the highest power of law enforcement. Those are 90 of his officers that were there for a 23-year-old with no criminal record. They knew he did not commit a crime. The person that called the cops admitted in a statement while my brother was alive that he did not commit a crime, that they were upset with him and called 911. They knew this prior to killing my brother. My brother was unarmed, sitting on a curb, fighting for his innocence. And so, Keith Ellison, upon reviewing all of the evidence, said, I'm so sorry for your loss. There's no way this should have been justified. And he has done nothing about it. And we have been asking for an independent investigator to take on the case and not the Dakota County attorney. And we requested that of Keith Ellison, and he failed to deliver. And we now know why, because the district attorney of Dakota County was the same district attorney that didn't pursue or prosecute Keith Ellison in his domestic assault case. So these people are sitting in these offices playing politics.
Can you say conflict of interest?
And they want to talk about John Thompson. Your Attorney General was not prosecuted in his domestic assault case. And he is scratching now the back of the district attorney who failed to prosecute my brother's case, knowing damn well he was in the wrong for counting my brother's murder justified. They're out here playing politics with our lives. They get to go back home to their families and abuse them, really. And so we continue to show up and we continue to fight. I don't live here, I live in California, but like Miss Kim Handy Jones says, they sent for me when they murdered my brother. So I'm not stopping. There's no way that you are going to stop me. I was 21 when my brother was murdered. I'm now 23, the age that he was when he was killed. And I had a conversation with somebody earlier talking about, regardless of, and I have to be the one to represent my brother in court. We are being forced to grow up. Black children don't get to experience their youth. I was 21. My youth is being stolen from me. My brother was 19 when he heard the gunshots. So it's a ripple effect. It affects the whole family. You don't just kill that person and move on. Yep. And so I am here in solidarity with Tashira today, always. And all of the other families of stolen lives. We will continue to fight and we will continue to win. And so this is a beautiful event. I said it earlier in an interview with Unicorn Riot, but hosting events on the day your loved one was murdered is very hard. These days are intense. These days are awful. These days are days that you dread, days that you pretend never happened. You pretend like your loved ones are still alive. You don't want this to be real. You just think it's a really long nightmare and you're hoping to wake up from it. And the only way that we know can numb a little bit of that pain, that can ease a little bit of that pain, is in the presence of community. So I know, having hosted my brother's 2-year anniversary, how much this means to Tashira to have you all out here, and Justin's family. So thank you guys for being out here. Thank you for listening to all the family stories. So I appreciate it.
All right, go pretty soon.
Alright, next we're gonna have Toshira come up, say a few words. Everybody give it up for Toshira.
Don't do my sister. Do my sister like that.
So I think that's everybody. I got everybody that wanted to say a few words, right? Oh, wait. Wayne is just a good person. He picks my son up. He hangs out. He just is a mentor to my son.
Like Wayne just came up.
And he is just a good guy in the community, and he just wanted to say a few words today.
What's up, Wayne?
Thank you. Normally I don't come out in front of the camera because I am camera shy, right? But just want a couple words for you to think about.
You did last week,
at the Dalal Eid event last week or so ago.
Yeah, you came out for that.
It pretty much spells out our system, and our system that built this nice building behind us. They lie. That's one of the common themes that we heard tonight, is that they lie. They lie in everything they do. So repeat after me if you will. They lie.
They lie.
They believe their lies.
They believe their lies.
They write down their lies.
They write down their lies.
And they get people to believe those lies.
And they get people to believe those lies.
And I hope that makes sense, but they lie.
Through the media.
Why do they lie?
Through his lie.
They've been conditioned to lie.
TV, news,
at such an early age.
Papers, and the internet.
Why do they believe their lies? Because they're in fear. Why do they write down their lies? Because history has shown us anything they write down becomes truth and becomes law. And the last part was?
I don't know.
Okay, Wayne.
They lie, they believe their lies, they write down their lies, and they get other people to believe those lies. So in everything they do and everything that we're facing in today's society, I mean, they're killing us, right? They're killing us not only in the streets, but throughout the system itself. And if you don't know who I am, I work in the reentry field for 2 other organizations, 3 organizations actually, but and that's pretty much all I had to say. I just wanted you to think about that little statement.
Short and sweet.
Thank you.
So now we're gonna mention a march. We have a march for it's the anniversary of, not today, but this is another one.
Yeah,
this is next week on the 28th. It will be everybody's marching to the Capitol. Be watching on Family Supporting Families page.
Okay.
That's where it's Family Supporting Families Against Police Violence. Go to that page on Facebook, and that's where the events for the families, most of the events for the families will be on Family Supporting Families Against Police Violence. I want to thank Twin Cities Relief who came out and helped with the food. I want to thank Tahisha Williams, the mother of Courtney Williams, that helped with the food. I want to thank John. I want to thank Courtney? I want to thank Courtney and Lavish who helped post. I want to thank Deborah Watts. I want to thank Grandpa who helped me in the background. Shara who got the lanterns here and other things. Paul who helped me with the good old chicken salad. That chicken salad was good.
There's a lot of food over
We got a lot of more food.
I'm good with food right now.
I wanted to make sure that everybody ate good today, but I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that showed up. Thank you, Dante Wright's family that showed up in solidarity today. Yeah. Thank you for Brian Quinonez family, the Laiz family, Isaac Aiden family, Kobe Eisler's family, all of the families. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. And Matil's family that showed up. And so there was so the reason for what happened today is again horrible, but we're gonna make the most out of it, and we're gonna continue to fight together. There's a song that Thursday was the anniversary of the murder of my son's father. We were gonna do a march for him, but I said forget that, we're doing it for everybody. But I just wanted to end this with a song that me and him used to listen to. I used to prop my legs up in his car. I used to lay back.
Oh, I think I know.
Not like that. Wait a minute.
I think I know which one you.
Oh Lord. Like, that was embarrassing.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not trying to say it like that, please. I was trying to say I would kick my feet up on his dash, on his thing, as we was listening to the music. His sister's just trifling. He got a trifling sister. But I'm trying to talk about the fact that we used to listen to music and just ride down the street together, and this was our song. Car. My best friend used to be riding with us, and this was just a song that every time I hear it, it makes me think of him. So if y'all can, get up out your seats, because this was me and my baby daddy song. And,
okay.
Yeah. So if y'all can stand up.
This has been a production of the Streets Advocate.
Can everybody stand up? Oh, and I also have boat party tickets for tomorrow, because we're concluding this with the boat party tomorrow. If anybody can't afford it, just let me know. But I got tickets for the